Welcome to Desi Vibes podcast, brought to you by iMeUsWe, stories bringing you closer to the heart of India. Here, we dive into the vibrant stories of India's heritage, culture, and the personalities who shape it. Now, let's hand it over to Ben and Molly to take you on today's journey.
Welcome to another deep dive. Today, we're going beyond the cricket pitch with a name that needs no introduction, Virat Kohli.
Virat Kohli.
Now I know what you're thinking.
Another
deep dive on Kohli's stats and records.
Right.
Nope. We've got something different lined up for you.
Yeah, it's fascinating how much more there is to Kohli than what meets the eye, you know?
Exactly.
We're going to explore the man behind the King Kohli persona using some unique sources.
Exactly. We've got excerpts from an online biography, which will guide us through his career. And to add a different dimension, we'll also be tapping into a website called iMeUsWe, which focuses on family lineage.
Okay.
It even includes a disclaimer about potential inaccuracies,
Oh, interesting.
which reminds us that even seemingly factual sources need a critical eye.
Absolutely. Just because something is published online doesn't mean it's the gospel truth.
Right. So let's start with what we know. Virat Kohli was born in Delhi, India on November 5th, 1988. And yes, the nicknames, Chiku, Run Machine, King Kohli, all hint at his cricketing dominance. But this deep dive is about uncovering the layers beneath those labels.
And that's where iMeUsWe comes in, offering insights into his family tree. It mentions his parents, Prem and Suraj Kohli, his brother Vikas and sister Bana, and of course his high-profile marriage to Bollywood actress Anushka Sharma.
They're quite the power couple in India, wouldn't you say?
They are.
Each achieving immense success in their respective fields.
Absolutely. It's interesting how they've managed to navigate their individual careers while building a family together. They have two children, their daughter Vamika and son Akayai.
Okay, now that's an interesting name.
Yeah.
Didn't I read somewhere that it has a unique meaning?
You're right. It means bodiless or nirakar in Sanskrit. And it has other cultural interpretations like a shining moon in Turkish.
Wow.
It definitely suggests that they put a lot of thought into naming their children.
Okay, so now we've gotten a glimpse into his family life. Let's step onto the cricket field. This is where Kohli truly comes alive. His achievements are phenomenal. We're talking over 24,000 runs across all formats of the game, countless awards, and captaincy that led India to some major victories. And for those who may not know, he represents Delhi in domestic cricket and the Royal Challengers Bangalore in the Indian Premier League, or IPL.
It's incredible how he manages to excel across different formats of the game. And his on-field persona, that aggressive, passionate approach, it's as recognizable as his talent.
I think it's that intensity that makes him so captivating to watch, wouldn't you say? He's constantly pushing boundaries, both on and off the field. Speaking of pushing boundaries, his stats are truly mind-blowing. He holds the record for the fastest to achieve several ODI milestones, like 8,000 runs, 9,000, 10,000, and so on. And get this, he has the most ODI centuries ever, a whopping 50, with most of those scored while chasing a target. To top it off, in a single World Cup edition, he scored a staggering 765 runs.
Yeah, what's striking is that these numbers represent just a fraction of his record-breaking feats. It's a testament to his relentless pursuit of excellence. But there's another side to Kohli. The controversies, the business ventures, the endorsements. It's this complexity that makes him such a compelling figure.
I agree. It's like there's this constant push and pull between the celebrated athlete and the controversial figure.
Yeah, it's crucial to acknowledge both sides of the coin to truly understand the man behind the records. So let's delve into those controversies for a bit.
All right, let's address the elephant in the room. Now remember, we're not here to judge, just to present the facts as we see them in the sources. Kohli has faced criticism for his on-field aggression, with some saying he crosses the line at times. His comments about Indian cricket fans haven't always been well received either. And then there are specific incidents like the middle finger gesture directed at Australian fans and that infamous argument with Gautam Gambhir during an IPL match.
Yeah, these incidents definitely spark debate and raise interesting questions about sportsmanship and how far is too far when it comes to competitive spirit.
Absolutely. And it's this contrast between his on-field intensity and his off-field ventures that makes him such an intriguing personality. Speaking of ventures, let's move on to his entrepreneurial side.
Okay, this is where we see Kohli leveraging his brand and his passion for business.
He's not just an athlete, he's a savvy businessman. Kohli co-founded the fashion brand Wrong. I love that name, by the way. So clever. And he's invested in a variety of areas, from fitness centers to sporting teams.
What's interesting is that his investments aren't just about profit. They often align with his personal interests. For example, he invested in 1-8 Commune, a chain of restaurants and bars.
Oh, that's right. It's directly linked to his jersey number, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love how he incorporates elements of his personal brand into his business ventures. And then there are the endorsements.
Now, this is where you see the true scope of his brand appeal.
Talk about a global icon. We're talking major sportswear brands like Puma, educational platforms like Great Learning, even everyday products from Himalaya and Philips. But then you've got the unexpected ones like Google Duo and American Tourister. It's fascinating to see how his image resonates across such diverse industries.
It speaks to his versatility and the power of building a personal brand that transcends a single field.
And to top it all off, he established the Virat Kohli Foundation, or VKF. It's focused on supporting aspiring athletes and promoting sports in India, with the goal of making the country a sporting superpower.
I think it's admirable how he's using his platform and resources to give back to the community and empower the next generation of athletes.
It really does add another dimension to his public image, doesn't it? It's like he's not just content with personal success, he wants to make a tangible difference.
Yeah, it goes beyond simply being a successful cricketer. It shows a desire to leave a lasting legacy.
Okay, so we've covered quite a bit. His family, his cricketing dominance, the controversies, his business ventures, and even his philanthropic work. But believe it or not, we've only just scratched the surface.
There's so much more to uncover, especially when you consider a personality as complex and fascinating as Virat Kohli.
It's amazing how these sources reveal little details that offer a glimpse into Kohli, the person, not just the icon.
Right.
Like, for example, did you know that one of his favorite cricketers is Sachin Tendulkar?
No surprise there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Tendulkar is considered a legend, a godlike figure in Indian cricket.
Right.
It makes sense that Kohli, growing up, idolizing him, would list him as a favorite.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
here's where it gets interesting. He also lists Chris Gale, David Warner, Joe Root, Shane Watson, and Herschel Gibbs as favorites.
Okay.
It's a diverse mix of personalities and playing styles.
That's a great point. You wouldn't necessarily associate Kohli's aggressive batting style with someone like Joe Root, known for his more classical technique.
Yeah.
It suggests that Kohli appreciates a wide range of skills and approaches to the game.
Exactly. It shows a deep understanding and respect for the sport, beyond just his own style of play.
Before we move forward, let's take a moment to talk about iMeUsWe, an innovative Indian family app designed to help you preserve your family legacies and stories. With iMeUsWe, you can discover your roots, connect with relatives, and save your family's history for generations to come. It's more than just an app. It's a way to keep your legacy alive. Join iMeUsWe today. Now let's get back to the story.
And speaking of unexpected choices, his favorite bowler is Shane Warne.
Now that's an intriguing one. Warne, the legendary leg spinner, known for his craftiness and mind games. A stark contrast to Kohli's aggressive batting.
Right. It's like he admires the artistry and mental aspect of Warne's game, the way he outsmarted batsmen.
Yeah.
It speaks to Kohli's appreciation for the strategic nuances within cricket. And when it comes to commentators, his favorite is Harsha Bogle.
Harsha Bogle, known for his insightful commentary and ability to break down complex plays for the audience. It seems Kohli values clarity and a deep understanding of the game when it comes to commentary.
And speaking of understanding, let's get into something we can all relate to. Food. According to these sources, Kohli's favorite dish is the classic Indian comfort food, Rajma Chawal.
It's simple, delicious, and a staple in many Indian households. It points to a connection to his roots, a grounding element amidst his global stardom.
I love that. But it's not just about home-cooked meals.
Right.
He also has a taste for international cuisine. Mushroom googly dim sums, pearl barley risotto, tartar topped on avocado.
It paints a picture of someone who enjoys exploring different flavors, just as he enjoys appreciating diverse cricketing styles.
It's almost like these small details are pieces of a puzzle, revealing the multifaceted personality behind the King Kohli image.
And speaking of revealing, the sources also mention a list of the most expensive things he owns.
Okay.
Now, we're not here to dwell on his wealth, but it does offer a perspective on the level of success he's achieved.
We're talking about a collection of luxury cars, Bentleys, Audis, Range Rovers. He's also got a penchant for high-end watches, Rolexes, Patek Philippe's,
Mm.
and of course, prime real estate in cities like Gurugram and Mumbai.
It's a glimpse into the lifestyle that often accompanies success at this level. But what's interesting is that despite all these material possessions, the source reveals that his favorite current cricketer is Ben Stokes.
Ben Stokes, the English all-rounder, known for his aggressive style and ability to single-handedly change the course of a game.
The very same. It's fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here you have Kohli, who has achieved immense fame and fortune, choosing a player who is known for his grit, determination, and match-winning performances.
It makes you wonder if Kohli sees a kindred spirit in Stokes, someone who embodies that same unwavering passion and drive for excellence.
Right.
It's a choice that goes beyond just appreciating talent. It speaks to a deeper admiration for a certain mindset, a way of approaching the game.
It's those unexpected details that really add depth to our understanding of Kohli.
Yeah.
We see beyond the stats and records and catch a glimpse of the man behind the persona.
And that's what makes these deep dives so fascinating, wouldn't you say? They challenge our assumptions and encourage us to look beyond the surface.
Absolutely. It's about connecting the dots, piecing together the fragments of information to create a richer, more nuanced portrait of the individual.
So we've delved into Kohli's family background, explored his remarkable cricketing journey, touched upon the controversies, and even uncovered some of his passions and preferences outside of the sport.
Right.
But where do we go from here? What does this all mean? What have we learned about Virat Kohli that we didn't know before?
I think what stands out to me is the realization that that behind the phenomenal athlete, the record breaker, the controversial figure, there's a complex individual with diverse interests, passions, and values. It's a reminder that even the most celebrated figures are ultimately human beings with their own unique stories and complexities.
I completely agree. It's like we've peeled back the layers of the King Kohli persona and discovered a multidimensional individual who defies easy categorization.
Yeah.
He's not just a cricketer. He's an entrepreneur, a philanthropist, a family man, someone with a love for food, music, and even a particular affinity for English all-rounder Ben Stokes.
Right. It's this blend of contradictions and complexities that makes him such a compelling figure.
And it's a reminder that there's always more to discover, even with someone as well-known as Virat Kohli. These deep dives are just the beginning of a journey of exploration.
They spark curiosity, challenge our preconceived notions, and leave us with more questions than answers. And that's the beauty of it, wouldn't you say? The quest for knowledge and understanding, it's a continuous process.
It is indeed. And with someone like Kohli who continues to evolve and surprise us, the journey is far from over.
You know, this deep dive has really shifted my perspective on Virat Kohli.
Yeah, it's amazing how these seemingly small details, like his diverse taste in food or his admiration for Shane Warne's bowling, can reveal so much about his personality.
I know. We often see these larger-than-life figures as one-dimensional, but this deep dive has shown us just how multifaceted Kohli truly is.
It's a reminder that there's always more than meets the eye, even with someone as widely known as Kohli. And it makes you think how many other athletes are out there with these hidden layers, these fascinating stories waiting to be uncovered.
Countless, I'd imagine. And I think Kohli's journey reflects a larger trend we're seeing with athletes today. They're no longer confined to their respective sports.
Right. They're stepping into different arenas, becoming entrepreneurs, brand ambassadors, philanthropists. It's like they're breaking free from the traditional boundaries of what it means to be an athlete.
Exactly. And Kohli is a prime example of this evolution. He's built his own brand, invested in diverse businesses, and even established a foundation to give back to the community. He's using his platform to create a wider impact.
It's inspiring to see how athletes can leverage their success to pursue their passions and make a difference beyond the field.
It's a reminder that success can be multifaceted and that there are many avenues to explore and contribute to the world.
So for anyone listening who wants to delve deeper into the world of Virat Kohli, we highly recommend checking out the sources we've mentioned.
Yeah, you'll find a wealth of information about his career, his family history, his business ventures, and so much more. And what's great is that even after this deep dive, there's still so much more to discover.
That's the beauty of these deep dives. They spark curiosity, challenge assumptions, and leave us wanting more. It's like we've opened a door to a whole new world of understanding.
And I think this deep dive has also opened up a larger conversation about the evolving role of athletes in society. They're no longer just performers. They're influencers, entrepreneurs, and agents of change.
It's a fascinating shift, and it makes you wonder what the future holds for these multidimensional athletes.
It's an exciting time to be a sports fan, that's for sure.
Absolutely. And on that note, we want to thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Virat Kohli. We hope you've enjoyed the journey.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.
And remember, there's always more beneath the surface waiting to be discovered.